My name is Wendell Kabutan. I'm from Waimea Valley. To be brief, my wife had breast cancer, and I had 2.5 years ago almost died. I couldn't breathe. And about 2.5 weeks ago, again, I couldn't breathe. And it may be anecdotal, I can't prove anything, but I know it's the pesticides because weeks before it's coming on, and I know they're spraying the fields. Depending on the poison they use, I used to be asthmatic as a kid, so it affects me. So I went to ER 2.5 weeks ago. They couldn't find anything wrong with me. 2.5 years ago, they couldn't find. They sent me to Honolulu, took the dye test, nothing wrong with me, except I cannot breathe. So I just kind of, my wife and I, we're going to leave, we're going to sell. Anybody want to buy our home cheap? Because it's too dangerous for us. And, I hear the seed companies saying, well, we have to prove that their chemicals are affecting our health. But I haven't heard them say that they have proof beyond a reasonable doubt all the poisons that they're using are not affecting my health. It's like we have to prove, but they don't have to do anything. They can use all these poisons like 2,4-D, they can use glyphosate, atrazine that have been scientifically proven by all kinds of scientists and research all around the world that there's side effects on people's health. And yet they deny the American Academy of Pediatricians report that all of the effects on the children as well as adults. We're doing our own little cluster study in Waimea. It's not professional, but just in the valley and Kikaha, we have like 118 names of people who died, and one is too many of cancer and who survived, etc. But then that is my question to the seed companies. Prove to me all those poisons are safe. They're not safe. It's proven. All over the world, they use it to kill bugs, they use it to kill animals, they use it to kill whatever. And it's affecting our health in Waimea, the children, other people who've been sprayed in the fields, who give testimony, who are afraid to come out in the public. But they have told us they had problems. So that's one of my main questions about the health issue. And if this is a democracy, I believe in the democracy. I believe in the Declaration of Independence and Constitution. And how can 5 corporations who claim to be people overrule thousands of people who are objecting? Is this a democracy or what? 5 corporations rule the world, and our voice is quenched. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Wendell, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have questions for you. Oh, okay. Thank you very much for your testimony. Joanne, you have the floor.
Wendell, thank you very much for coming forward. I know it takes considerable courage and effort. How far is the nearest field from your house?
Well, I live on Kaua'i Road, so it's, I don't know. I live close to Clayton Kubo. We live on the same street.
But where is, the farthest field, are you talking about the field across the
Right
river that's
right
high
on the
above?
cliff. Yeah, right on the cliff.
So if the spray is coming, it's likely to be through the dust rather than through pesticide drift, or you think, because that's...
No, I can smell the poison.
You can smell it.
I filed pesticide reports and
Okay. And
they couldn't do anything.
And the pesticide drift, the closest field is across the river and up on the hill.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the valley itself.
No. It's
Okay.
coming off the cliff, but then you can see the dust and you can smell the poisons. And they used to do it during the day, and then they changed and they started doing it late at night,
Right.
12 o'clock.
Okay.
You go out, I can smell the poisons. I thought my neighbor's house was burning.
Okay,
And all of that. Yeah, so they do it at night. They hide
yeah.
the dust and some
Right.
of the spraying.
So, you know, you're doing this informal study of 118 people who died,
Or survived or presently
or
going through chemotherapy.
so they either died or presently have cancer of some sort.
Yeah, primarily.
Okay, and have you done data on how many smoke as well?
No.
Okay, because you know, there are those factors that
Yeah.
could be contributing. So
Yes.
if we do get to do epidemiological studies, we would have to factor that in order to be able to say accurately what the cause
Yeah.
is.
But it's just, you know, so many neighbors have been sick.
Yeah.
My neighbor across the street,
Right,
2 homes down.
Right.
They all have cancer.
right,
I mean, on and on and on
right.
in the
Okay,
valley. But, you know, the thing of it is again, it's not for us to prove. That's my thinking. It's in reverse. They have to prove they're not affecting my health using proven poisons that kill people.
well, an epidemiological study should help to test for some of that.
Well, they gotta prove
I
it to me that they're not.
Correct.
It's not I gotta prove to them. They have
Well,
to prove it to me.
what the
that it's safe.
epidemiological study should show is whether there's a cause and effect or not.
Well, I called the state people. They put out that report. The first lady told me 35 cases a year. Second guy told me 75. Yet, you know, from American Cancer Society on Kauai, 250 who applied for services. That doesn't count the people who didn't apply.
Right,
So, I mean, you know, the numbers are all off from the reports that are given.
yeah. And
in
we
the
have to
newspaper.
just make sure that that's not the same situation where there's no corn companies at all. So, thank you.
Well, the
Yeah.
American Academy of Pediatricians put out that report. They studied all over the U.S. And it's professionals who
yeah.
did the
All right.
study. So it doesn't have to be proven. It has already been proven. It's a matter of accepting what the medical community has provided for us.
That doesn't show site-specific research, but thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Wendell.